I want to speak to the conscience of His Excellency, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri Adamawa. Sir, we hear them say this ADC, you don't been dey spend money for this party since early January. And then, from the rumor where we dey hear, you also dey interested for the 2027 presidential race. I hope, sir, that what you and other big whips in the PDP have condemned Wike for, I hope that will not happen in preparation for the 2027 general election. Because right now, the truth is, if we must ask ourselves, do any of us think that Peter Obi is instrumental to David Mark being the chairman of the ADC? The answer is no. Do any of us think that Peter Obi is instrumental to Aregbe Shola being in that position as the secretary, ADC? The answer is no. We know clearly that those appointments must have been influenced by your very self, Your Excellency. However, sir, if you really want to do this for Nigerians, if you really want your name to be written in gold, sir, it is a passionate appeal on behalf of millions of Nigerians and millions of lovers of Nigerians all across the world who want to see Nigeria work. Please, sir, you can support a candidature of Peter Obi.
For those of you that have been asking me this question, now you have the answers you need. I'm not going to tell you this was what I found out. No, I know what I found out. Okay? And I'm telling you categorically right here, right now, if no be Peter Obi, it's nobody else. Any pastor, any prayer house that is assuring you that your prayer is the solution, is the alternative to good governance, that person is deceiving you. So you better wake up. You now, you are a young guy. You have been hustling in the street. 4 years now, you have been hustling. You have not gotten where you want to be. Have you given up? No, because you know that there's no option. You don't have a choice. Voting for good governance, there are no choice. If they rig it, you vote again. You tighten yourself and go again and become more radical. But this time around, you don't vote. You vote and fight for your vote to count. Because good governance is not for any other person. It is for you.
Peter Obi or nothing. Now, this is another strong, or should I say, passionate appeal from Nigerian youth, both home and abroad, concerning the 2027 presidential election. And it is no longer news that everyone is yearning for Peter Obi because of his political ideology. And because of that, the youth are speaking out vehemently in their numbers, requesting that those in ADC who are still having the plan to come out and run again in this 2027 presidential election, especially Atiku, to please step aside for Peter Obi to be the flag bearer of ADC, so that the ADC project will become a successful one. And of course, you know that ADC without Peter Obi, ADC will not just fail, but they will fail woefully, and they will end up dividing those strong voices that might gather behind to support this project and make sure that it's successful. And at the end, if that happens, even if Peter Obi wins, what happened in 2023 presidential election might still happen again in court. There will end up not being enough evidence to prove the case in court. And of course, you know what I'm talking about. But nevertheless, this particular video is something that you wouldn't want to miss. And I'm going to allow you to enjoy all of them. But as you are listening, make sure you share your thought on the comment section. And after that, I'll be back. Let's go there.
And I see one video where make me say, make I talk about them. And of course, my video when it be like say, if you ask me, I could tell you say, now it be the genesis of the problem when PDP get today when concern Wike and the rest of PDP members. Now, precisely on the 28th of May, 2022, now this official drama happened in preparation for the 2023 presidential election. And this problem all started officially from the Eagle Square when the person of Wike think and believe say in very close friend, somebody when they call in home, when he don't come out for so many times, even including when this particular person, the person of Tambowa, the governor for Sokoto State, when things happen for his state, Wike bust out, show him love. And at the time, when somebody like Wike thinks say Tambowa go reciprocate the good gesture, Tambowa come fall in hand. More than watch the video, I go talk about when I come back.
PDP, power to the people. the national chairman of our party, the convention planning committee chairman, respected leaders of our party, ladies and gentlemen. I, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, having consulted widely throughout the length and breadth of this country, from the southeast to the south-south, to the southwest, to the north-central, northeast, and indeed northwest, consulted so many leaders and my supporters. Have come to the firm belief and conviction that as leaders, time may come in our sojourn to make sacrifice for the good of the people. And in view of the situation of our country and the need for us in our party to minimize rancor and jostling for power, in any case, it is not always about one individual. It must always be about our country. I have come to the conclusion that, to the glory of God Almighty, seeing and from the result of what I have seen throughout the country, millions of Nigerians suffering, and the need for us to close ranks in the party. And as one of the leaders of this party, I have come to a patriotic conclusion to step down my aspiration. And not only that, but appeal to my supporters to take this in good stride and in the hands of national unity, patriotism, and not only that, those who are delegates here should vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Waziri Adama, PDP.
Now, you don't see the video, right? Now, for many people, both those who end the PDP and those who be spectators outside PDP, they believe, say, during the period when PDP they out of government, when APC take over, every other political big whip for the PDP abandoned the party, and Wike single-handedly formed the PDP for over 8 years. And within this period of 8 years, a lot of people also believe, say, Atiku Abubakar not really send the party, because every other time when he come to contest, immediately after election, they not the same again. He don't travel. That time, he believe like Ogboru for Delta State. And so Wike feel say, of course, he don't give a lot to the party. And then the party also owe him in return at least something to say thank you for standing by us and for the party all through these years. So for Wike, he believes that the presidential ticket suppose they guarantee for him. But then this particular video, when you just watch, so change the narrative of the issues on that presidential primaries night for the People's Democratic Party. Of course, Tambuwal stepping down contributed a whole lot to the Atiku's victory when he take clinch to the PDP presidential flag bearer. And then for Wike, he believes say every other person for the PDP betray him. And of course, if you ask me, as somebody where they very realistic, he get right to vex. Of course, he get right. But again, like political parties for Nigeria, they talk. They say the party is supreme. Because of that word, say the party they supreme, people also can think, say Wike suppose just align and follow the interest of the political party, which is of course the people, right? Nice. And so till today, a lot of persons, when not even to really know what happened, they vex for Wike and they call him a betrayer or a destroyer. But good enough, say some of us don't watch the video to remind us again. However, I want to speak to the conscience of His Excellency, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri Adamawa. Sir, we hear them say this ADC, you don't been dey spend money for this party since early January. And then, from the rumor where we dey hear, you also dey interested for the 2027 presidential race. I hope, sir, that what you and other big whips in the PDP have condemned Wike for, I hope that will not happen in preparation for the 2027 general election. Because right now, the truth is, if we must ask ourselves, do any of us think that Peter Obi is instrumental to David Mark being the chairman of the ADC? The answer is no. Do any of us think that Peter Obi is instrumental to Aregbe Shola being in that position as the secretary, ADC? The answer is no. We know clearly that those appointments must have been influenced by your very self, Your Excellency. However, sir, if you really want to do this for Nigerians, if you really want your name to be written in gold, sir, it is a passionate appeal on behalf of millions of Nigerians and millions of lovers of Nigerians all across the world who want to see Nigeria work. Please, sir, you can support a candidature of Peter Obi. And we promise you that there will be no Peter Obi without you. Now, this is not to say that you will run the government of Peter Obi, but to say that when we remember the victory of Peter Obi, we will remember your sacrifice that you made towards fostering a united, fast-growing country that we will have. Your Excellency, sir, we want to beg you, sir, please do this for Nigerians. We know you can, we believe you can, and we trust you can. Let us not remember you for now putting your legs in the shoes of the one you condemned that Wike also slaughtered his legs into. If you do this for us, we promise you that the beginning of the betterment of Nigeria would never be complete when the history is being told without mentioning Atiku Abubakar, Waziri Adamawa. Long live His Excellency the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live all of us that have always called for a better nation. Long live the ever resilient, peaceful and good people of the Nigerian state.
Very quick here. So this morning, I had an argument with somebody on Facebook. Funny enough, this person happens to be a friend, but a core member, a core supporter of the APC. All right, and this person, while we were talking, he told me, said Peter Obi has been going about, giving 5 million here, 10 million, 20 million here. That did I see what the first lady did? The first lady gave a community 1 billion naira. And I asked him a question. The money the first lady gave to the community, is it our money? Is it our money? So I asked him also, since Peter Obi left office, has he been found wanting? Has the EFCC ever invited him or arrested him and said, okay, we looked at your record while you were governor of Anambra State for 8 years and we are inviting you over this and this and that? Willie Obiano, even though Willie Obiano came out and said all sorts of nonsense out of his dirty mouth about Peter Obi, the moment he left office, he was arrested by the EFCC over embezzlement, over looting, over mismanagement, misappropriation of funds. He was arrested. Chukwumacha Soludo, who has been busy talking trash about Peter Obi, he has not been able to come up with anything against Peter Obi. Okay, now, so I told this guy, I said, Peter Obi is not occupying any political office. Every single penny he has been spending, helping less privileged people, visiting schools, visiting communities, giving help to less privileged, visiting IDP camps. There is money from his own personal pocket. You see, let me tell you something, what these people don't understand. Let me explain something to you in case you don't understand. Peter Obi can easily give out 2 billion naira to a community if he chooses to. But you know what Peter Obi will do? He would rather give 50 million naira to 50 communities. 50 million naira to one community each, and he will give to 50 communities. He will not just take 2 billion naira and give to one community. In economics, it is called distribution of income. That is how you tackle poverty. But because the man in Aso Rock does not have that understanding, if you look at his past life, let us look at his past life. According to investigation, according to what you and I know, his past life in Chicago, what he did back then, according to what you and I know, what the FBI, the CIA have been holding against him. If you look at people who does those kind of dirty jobs, they live recklessly. They spend money with reckless abandonment. And that life, because he has imbibed that life into himself, so he cannot spend money with caution. It's not frugal when it comes to spending. He spends money with reckless abandonment, lavishly. Okay, let us look at it. He got himself a yacht. The yacht has been in Lagos. Where have you ever read in the news that when he came to Lagos, he visited the yacht or even cruised in the yacht? You see, spending money with reckless abandonment, using money for things that are not relevant. Renovated International Conference Center with 39 billion naira. How many conferences have has been held in that conference center. How much has the conference center produced? The last time they said the conference center since after renovation, it has produced 770 million naira out of 39 billion. It has not even produced up to 1 billion out of the 39 billion. No, listen, when I'm talking, and this morning, he asked me a question. He said, there was a time you left Peter Obi and he said you were supporting Showore. And I said, listen, brother, sometimes you look at things from the outside, and until you delve deeper, until you go deeper, then when you go deeper, you see certain things, and you ask questions, and you are not getting the answer you expect to get. Rather than getting direct answer, you are being shoved here, shoved there, you are being dribbled, you are being romanced. My name is Keba, but I need direct answers. I ask you a question. Why is this and this and this and this? And you cannot give me direct answers. Okay. This is who I am. Because the worst form of deceit is self-deceit. Somebody can deceive you, but if you are deceiving yourself, that is the worst form of deceit. And the last time I checked, that is the last thing I want to do. I don't want to deceive myself. So this is why I'm telling you, for those of you that have been asking me this question, now you have the answers you need. I'm not going to tell you this was what I found out. No. I know what I found out. Okay? And I'm telling you categorically right here, right now, if no be Peter Obi, it's nobody else.
As Nigerians, we must learn to remove certain things from our head. There are so many nonsense they put in our head that we need to remove. But the one I want to talk about right now is this issue of do your 8 years, then we zone it to the other side. Then those people will do their 8 years, then it will go this side again. This is an absolute madness. I don't know who sat down to get to this conclusion, but whoever those people were, they hated Nigeria in advance. Those that structured the current system of Nigeria are enemies of Nigeria in the past, today, and for the future until this disaster is remedied. How can you say the moment a president or a governor got elected or got rigged into power, automatically they are entitled to 8 years? I don't understand. Is it a birthright? Somebody, a governor or a president, will rig themselves because we don't even elect them. They will rig themselves into power, and you'll be saying after their 8 years, or whatever happened after their 8 years, are we all right? 8 years is not anybody's birthright. In fact, in rare sense, it should be you've won election, you are guaranteed of 4 years, right? If you perform very well, then the people might reward you with a second term. It is not your birthright. It shouldn't be. So all these cases of it's already there, now let him just finish his 8 years. Anybody that is saying it is dumb. Don't let dumb people think and say things like that. Because I see most of our elites on TV and listening to interview, let him just do his 8 years and go. Are you all right? Who made it his 8 years? How is it his 8 years? Elective positions are open. I give you a chance, or you grab it for 4 years. If you mess it up, we boot you out. It's that simple. We should be okay. Are you telling me now that an elected officer or whoever rigged themselves into power will be doing poorly, badly, like Tinubu and his gang is doing? Nigeria have never seen a government as bad as the one we are seeing under Tinubu. And somebody will tell me that I should just bear it till he complete his 4 years, his 8 years. This is the second year, and many have gone into their grave. Many keep dropping every day. The hardship is growing. And you tell Nigerians to expect to be in this for 8 years. When another election cycle is 2027, a cycle they should see as a cycle as escape route out of this trouble. 8 years is not their birthright. Please, Nigerians, can we just remove this nonsense in our head? And if it is the turn of the north now, or it is the turn of the south, when he does his 8 years, it will go to the north. Isn't that madness? Does that even make sense? Election should be about the best candidate. I repeat, the best candidate. Not until we adopt this wise decision, we will just be here. That's how they put people that are equal to animal in their level of thinking in sensitive position of power in the name of it should go here. If it's to go there and what they brought from there is rubbish, you will vote the other way. It's that simple. But it is still like this because our vote still don't determine. So if Nigerians don't have any reason yet to be on the street or whatever manner you're going to apply to get an INEC reform, an electoral reform that will enable us choose our leader, then we will continue to enjoy this rubbish. They will continue to tell you, let him do his 8 years, which to me is a very stupid thing to say, to even talk about. 8 years is not for anybody. Who give you 8 years? Now your papa give you? Please, Nigerians, this status quo cannot continue. If it's not hurting you guys, it's hurting me. Nigeria is disintegrating on daily basis. Nigeria no longer have roads. Electricity has become a problem. Insecurity on the rise. And you will tell me that the person who have no solution to this problem should have 8 years. How many 8 years do you have in your life that you have to be wasting 8 years? I wasted 8 years on Muhammadu Buhari. Should I say Muhammadu Buhari wasted 8 years of my life? You are telling me now to allow Bola Ahmed Tinubu to take another 8 years. How many 8 years do you think I have before I leave? At least I need one that I should enjoy. Not even 8 years, 4 years. Now 2027 is here because of greed. Some people are already talking rubbish. Let the South, let Tinubu just complete this the 8 years of the South. Then we go to the North. Or if we are to remove it, bring in a Southern person that have support. Or Obi will come in. Should they allow Obi, he will agree to just do 1 term and the power should go to the North. If somebody come in and the person is doing wonderfully well and have earned a second term, you will say no because that's not the agreement. You now leave and let one animal come in. This country, they swear for Nigeria. We people who gave us this arrangement, this current arrangement, this current structure, who are the people guilty of this crime against a nation as blessed as this? Am I the only one thinking straight in regards to this issue in Nigeria? Because if Nigerians are actually thinking straight, I can't imagine politicians still telling us gibberish and we are accepting it. I'm aware Atiku is already campaigning in the North, telling them what he will do and what he will not do. If you are a Nigerian, you are saying, are you supposed to wait for Atiku to tell you who he is, what he will do and what he cannot do? Atiku was vice president for 8 years. He was controller general of custom. We already know this man. We know who he is. So why are we pretending? Why are we fooling ourselves? Nigerians, we must change this current structure. I think that's just it. This current structure must change. 8 years or it should go there is something that must be abolished. The best man should be getting it if we must progress. This is why they don't want to get our people educated. They don't want Nigerians to be enlightened. Because an enlightened person, an educated person cannot be deceived, cannot be fooled. Come and lie to me now if you not for press you. You can't do that. So please, Nigerians, let's begin to open our eyes. Oh, the problems are too much. And we'll continue. We just need to start trashing them, or else our children will continue the suffering where we are going to leave it. You see, these politicians, they know how they've messed the country up, and they have no hope of making this country a better place. That's why they've all lived abroad. They all lived abroad. Their family are abroad. Atiku that want to be president now has all his assets in Dubai. And you want to come and fix Nigeria. You tackle corruption in Nigeria. Do corruption stop corruption? Nigerians, please, I beg. More use our head. This rubbish is eating so many of us up. Are we supposed to allow this continue? For how long? You dwell on that.
Today is the local government election in Lagos State, and the report is that nobody came out to vote. There is voter apathy. After the massive vote in 2023 and the rigging of 2022 election, many people have decided they are not going to vote. I've heard many people say, I'm not going to come out again because after coming out, they are going to rig it. Peter Obi did not do this, so I'm not ready to waste my energy. I'm going to give you 3 main reasons why you should not vote in 2023. 3 main reasons. Someone told me that he will never vote again because he doesn't want to waste his effort. And I asked him, how long have you been working hard to make it in life? He told me about 10 years. I asked him, 10 years you have not given up trying to make it in life. Yet, just 1 year of voting in an election, just the first time you voted in an election, and they rigged it, and you say you are not going to vote again. If you check a musician, many of them spend 5 years working hard to make it as a musician. Yet they don't give up. Some have worked out up to 7 years up till today. They have not gotten where they are supposed to be. Yet they are not giving up. Some people have been an actor for 5 years. They have not gotten to where they should be. Yet they are not giving up. For a trader, you serve your boss for 7 years. After 7 years, you start on your own business. And in your own business, this is your 5th year. You have not made it. Yet you have not given up. You are a civil servant. You have worked for 15 years. You have not made it. Yet, you have not given up. You are a footballer. You have been playing for 5 years. You have not been gotten to a good club. You have not gotten to Europe. Yet, you have not given up. You are a Christian. You have been going to church. For 5 years, you have been praying that God will turn your family around. He is yet to do that. Yet, you have not given up. But just one election, you voted though. They even begged you to vote in that election. Did motivational speaking for you to participate and vote. Just after voting in one election and they rig it, you are saying, I'm not going to vote again. I'm not going to vote again. What's the need of voting? After voting, they will rig it. You are a useless man. Tell yourself. Put your hand on your head. Tell yourself, I am useless. That is what you are. Tell yourself, I am useless. I am a mumu. I am a mumu person. Your problem is that you don't see the connection between good governance and those your personal pursuits. When it comes to your personal life, you don't give up. But when it comes to public good, you give up. Selfishness. You are here to see the connection between good governance and those of personal pursuits. That is your problem. When you go to church, you are kabashi praying, I bind this demon, I receive it. Your problem is that you don't see the connection of those things you are praying in prayer with good governance. You are here to see the connection. Your problem is that you think that God will throw those things down, not knowing that it is good governance that will deliver it. So every day, you are comfortable praying, not giving up on the things you are pursuing in life. But one election, just one election, they really go. You have given up. See, you must wake up to understand the connection between voting a good leader into power and achieving those your personal goal. You need to realize it. There is a connection. As far as a bad leader is occupying the #1 seat in Nigeria, that your prayer will not be answered. It will not. You might get some temporary celebration and come to church and thank God. God, oh, 15 million naira contract, 20 million. I got this job. At the end of the day, bad governance will downsize you. Bad governance will downsize you. So when you are saying, I'm not going to vote, I'm not going to vote, you think voting, when you vote, that it is the politician that benefits. That is where you are wrong. It is not the person you vote into power that benefits. It is you. Good governance. So let me tell you when you will stop voting. The only time you will stop voting is when good governance comes. If they rig the election 10 times, you must vote 10 times because you don't have an option. There is no alternative to good governance. There's no. Prayer is not an alternative for good governance. Any pastor, any prayer house that is assuring you that your prayer is the solution, is the alternative to good governance, that person is deceiving you. So you better wake up. You now, you are a young guy, You have been hustling in the street. 4 years now, you have been hustling. You have not gotten where you want to be. Have you given up? No, because you know that there's no option. You don't have a choice. Voting for good governance, there are no choice. If they rig it, you vote again. You tighten yourself and go again and become more radical. That is the solution. Don't say on the day of voting, you say you are playing ball. You think you are doing the politician. You are the most useless person on earth. A politician that has stolen more money, enough money that will probably last for generations. You think the reason you are voting is for his own good. Then you are a joker. Voting in an election has no choice. It has no alternative. Just insecurity alone. Wherever you are in Nigeria now, you are not secure. Even with your money. So as far as good governance have not come, we are going to keep voting. The only time we stop voting is when you wake up. You now discover, you are no more alive. Or you are in the grave. Or you are in the world beyond. That is the only time to stop voting. But every day you wake up and you see that you are still breathing, you have to vote. But this time around, you don't vote. You vote and fight for your vote to count. Because good governance is not for any other person. It is for you. So for all of you saying, I voted in 2023, they rig the election, I'm not going to vote again, I'm not going to waste my time. Why have you stopped hustling to eat? Why not give up? Go inside your room and sleep. Say, I've hustled last year, I didn't make anything. Last 2 years, I didn't make it. Last 3 years, let me go and sleep. Why? You will not. Selfishness will not allow you to see that the solution to your problem is good governance. You think it's to go and sleep in prayer house. When you get to those prayer house, ask around. Many people have been there for 10 years. Not because God does not answer prayer. It's because the solution is in the government house. The pastor is not the one holding your solution. He's not the one holding your progress. It's that man at the government house that is holding your progress. And until you wake up and fight to finish, fight without option, the solution will not come. So prepare for 2027. Anybody that refuses the vote to count, we will count the person. Those who determine to rig election, they have determined, concluded in their mind, to meet their ancestors. For what? For family meeting in the great beyond.
You get the point. Now, what do you think? Let's even say that there's a presidential election, and on the ballot, you see people like Peter Obi, Atiku, Amechi, and maybe Erufai. Who are you going to be voting for? In fact, share your thoughts with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, we move.